Hello. Hi. Good evening, Sophia.
Good evening,
Yeah.
Ray.
Good evening. How are you?
Not so good.
Not so good. Why? Are you sick?
No, because Monday I have to go to school.
Okay. So you don't like going to school.
That means I don't have a vacation anymore.
Oh, that is so sad. So you hate going to
Yes.
school because you can't have vacation anymore.
I can't sleep until 10.
Okay. You cannot sleep until 10. Okay. So vacation is already over. It's done.
Mm,
Okay. So the vacation is not enough. You still
yes,
want it longer.
yes,
Okay,
yes.
now I understand. Okay. And did you eat dinner already?
Yes.
What did you eat?
Uh, the spicy noodle.
Mm-hmm. Spicy noodle. Okay, so did your mother cook the spicy noodle or you bought it outside?
My mom cooked it.
Oh, that's really good. And how was how was it or how's the taste?
Well, good.
Mm-hmm. How's the taste?
Well,
Well,
uh,
like this? Well.
mm,
Okay. So you enjoyed the food. It was
yes,
delicious, right?
yes.
Okay. So with your first sentence, I ask you, are you sick? You said, because Monday I have to go to school. You can actually say, no, uh-huh, or no, or you can simply say, because it's Monday, I have to go to school. Can you say this sentence, Sophia?
Because it's Monday, I have to go to school.
Okay, very good. Monday. Going to school on a Monday is really not a good idea. It doesn't make you feel happy,
Mm,
right?
yes.
Okay. Next, I ask you, did you eat dinner already? You said yes, the spicy noodle. You could say, yes, I had spicy noodles for dinner. Can you say this one?
Yes, I have 5 noodles for dinner.
And it was very delicious. Your mom cooked it, right?
Yes.
Okay, so instead of saying well, you could also say it was delicious. Can you say this?
It was delicious.
It was delicious or yummy. Okay?
Uh, okay.
Okay, so are you ready to start the lesson now?
Yes.
Okay, that's good to hear. So we are now going to start with number three reading. So we have a paragraph here. Sophia, do you want me to read the paragraph first or you want to read it yourself?
Oh, I can read on myself.
Okay, so can you please start reading the
Uh,
paragraph?
okay. A new study shows that while identical twins can look perfectly alike, it is not a perfect similarity. They are not clones for each other. Scientists at the University of Iceland analyzed the DNA for 387 pairs of identical twins, babies born from a single fertilized egg. The scientists compared the DNA with that of the twins' parents and children. The geneticists looked for mutations in the early stage of development. The mutation is a tiny change in the sequence of the DNA that can occur when a cell divides. This change causes a slight difference in the DNA replication process. A single tiny change can create differences in height, intelligence, eye color, and even in susceptibility to disease. A study shows that identical twins do not share totally identical DNA in about 15% of identical twins. Identical twin pairs, one twin carried a substantial number of mutations and the other did not share. The scientists say this difference is important as it sheds light on the nature versus nurture debate. This is whether human behavior is determined by the environment, socialization, and upbringing, or by a person's genes. The research shows that these tiny differences and not environmental factors could be the reason why one twin develops different behavioral characteristics or medical conditions. Professor Carrie Jefferson said a genetic mutation may be the source of a given disease or trait.
Okay, thank you so much for that, Sophia. But I want you to repeat these words again. Can you say geneticists?
Geneticists.
Very good. Next one, we have susceptibility.
Susceptibility.
Once again, it's susceptibility.
Susceptibility.
Okay, next one, we have substantial.
Substantial.
Yes, and the last one is characteristics.
Characteristics.
Okay, thank you so much for that. So, do you have any questions with the vocabularies in the paragraph?
I forget what is susceptibility.
So, you forgot what is susceptibility.
Yes.
Okay, so let's highlight that word. Okay, this one. So, when we say susceptibility, or if you have a susceptibility to something, you are likely to be affected by it. Okay, you can.
I won't get a. I won't get that disease.
Not totally. It can actually harm you. You can be affected by it.
Can you say that again?
Okay, so when we say susceptibility, you are vulnerable, meaning you can easily be affected by something.
Easily.
Okay, let me put the definition over here so that you'll know. Okay. So when we say susceptibility, I will put the definition down here. It means you are likely to be affected by something. Meaning, for example, you have a weak body. If your body is weak, you can easily be affected by diseases. You can easily get sick, right? So if you, when we say susceptibility, or if you have a susceptibility to something, you are easily or likely to be affected by something. Okay?
Okay.
Okay. So meaning you are, it is similar with the word synonym. It is synonym to the word vulnerable. Vulnerable.
Oh,
Bill,
okay.
yes. So it is similar with the word vulnerability. Okay?
Okay.
Any more questions?
No.
Okay, that's actually good to hear. So, can you make a sentence using this word, susceptibility?
Hmm. My sister is susceptibility to disease, so that she stays in hospital once a week.
Hospital once a week. Is this correct? Can you
Mm,
check my sentence if this one is correct? My sister is susceptibility to disease so that she stay in the hospital once a week, right?
yes.
Okay, so this one is actually correct. I mean, uh, this is another way of how you can say it. Okay, you could say, my sister is susceptible to disease.
Mm,
hmm So she uh stays in the hospital once a week. Okay, can you say this sentence?
yeah. My sister is susceptible to disease, so she stays in the hospital once a week.
Okay, very good. So is this true for you?
No.
Is your okay, so this is just an example.
Yes.
Okay, that's good to hear. Okay, so I think we can move on now with number one, true or false. Okay?
Mm,
So we have 8 sentences in here. Read the sentences carefully and tell me if it's true or false. Can you read number one?
okay. Studies suggest identical twins could in fact be clones for each other. False.
So number one is false. Okay. Why did
Mm.
you answer false for number one?
The paragraph in to stand sentences say they are not clones of each other.
Okay, very good. So for number one, it's false because they are not clones of each other. So even though they are identical twins, they are not the same. They are not
Uh,
clones of each other. Okay?
yes.
Mm-mm. And how about number two?
Scientists looked at data from 387 identical twins. True.
Okay, so your answer for number two is true. Okay, why true?
Um, yeah, the paragraph line 3.
Mm-hmm.
It says scientists at the University of Iceland analyzed DNA from 387 pairs of identical twins.
Okay, very good. That's right. So if you're going to read again the paragraph, it says in there that the scientists compared the DNA with that of the twins' parents and children, right?
Mm.
So they did not ignore it. They actually pay attention to any mutations they find in the DNA,
Oh,
right?
it's number 3.
Yeah. Sorry for that. Okay, so scientists at the University of Iceland analyzed the DNA from 387 pairs of identical twins. Okay, so this one is
Mm.
also correct. How about for number three?
Scientists ignore any mutation found in DNA. False.
Okay, your answer for number three is false. Why false for number three?
Uh, they didn't ignore it.
Very good.
They uh, they they compared the, they compared with each other.
Okay, so with number three, scientists did not ignore. They actually pay attention to all the mutations they found or they find in the DNA.
Mm.
For them, it's a very important factor that will
Yes,
tell
yes.
them about the differences and similarities of the identical twins, right?
Uh,
Okay, very good. So let's have number four.
a change in the DNA replication process can affect intelligence. True.
Okay, your answer for number three, four is true. Okay, yes. So for number four, a single tiny change can create differences, not only in intelligence, but also in height, eye color, and even in susceptibility to diseases, right?
Mm. Yes.
Okay, very good. So how about for number five?
About 15% of identical twins pairs had totally identical DNA.
Mhm.
Uh, false.
Okay, number five is false. And what make the sentence false?
The paragraph say one twin carried a substantial number of mutations that the other did not share.
Okay, very good. So number five is false. So in about 15% of identical twin pairs, one twin carried a substantial number of mutations, meaning not or 50% of those identical twin pairs do not have identical DNA. So
Hmm.
others did not share the same with the other twin.
Yes.
Mhm. And for number six,
The research as understanding to the nature versus nurture debate. Uh, false.
okay, number six is false. What makes the sentence false?
The paragraph just say
Mhm.
the scientists say these differences is important as it shall on a nature versus nature debate. Like it didn't say it didn't as understanding.
Okay, so the research adds understanding to the nature versus nurture debate. So if we are
Uh,
going to look at the sentence, it says the scientists say this difference is important as it should. We are talking about the difference, not the understanding, right?
yes.
Mhm. And it says in here that it is important as it sheds light on the nature versus nurture debate. So this one is false. Very good. So let's have number seven.
The research shows DNA mutation make identical less identical. Mm. False.
Mhm. Why false for number seven?
Uh, I didn't found that sentence
Mhm.
in the paragraph.
Okay, you did not find it there. Okay, so let's go back to the paragraph. In the paragraph, it says that the research shows that this tiny difference and not environmental factors could be the reason why one twin develops different behavioral characteristics or medical conditions. So, that research actually shows that DNA mutations make identical twins less identical because if there is a tiny difference in the DNA mutation, the other twin will, what do you call this one, will be less different because he or she might, no, but how are you going to say this one? She can have something that the other one do not have. She can develop They will
Oh,
develop. I will paste the sentence here so that you can see.
uh,
Mhm. Wait a minute. Do you see the sentence?
um,
Can you see the sentence, Sophia?
yes, yes, yes.
Okay, so let's read the sentence. The research shows that this tiny difference, we are talking about DNA mutations. So the research shows that the tiny difference in DNA mutation can make identical twins less identical because one twin can develop different behavioral characteristics or medical conditions. Okay?
Mm,
So, mhm. so uh, it's like this. Even though they are twins or identical twins, one would be less different like that. In some sense, not maybe not physically, but with characteristics. So when the DNA
wow.
mutations, mhm, for example,
Um,
mhm, twin A and twin B. Let's say A and B. So A and B are twins. Okay,
um,
so when there is a tiny difference in DNA mutations, A can be, let's say, good, good personality, and then letter B might have bad personality.
mm,
Okay, so even though
yes.
they are twins, when there is a tiny difference in their DNA mutations, one of the twin can develop different characteristics.
Mm,
Mhm. A can be, so A, let's say A uh, easily gets sick, and then letter B is, twin B is healthy, like that. Okay?
so the
Mm-hmm.
identical means uh identical means the same or not the same.
Mm-hmm. Identical. When we say identical, meaning they are the same.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
oh, oh.
Yeah.
I thought it means they are not same.
Okay. So what do you think is the correct answer for this one? So it's not false. It's
True.
yes, very good. So the correct answer is true. So let's
Mm.
have the last one, number 8.
A professor said genetic mutation might give rise to a certain trait. Yes.
So it's
True.
okay, very good. So this one is true. So professor said genetic mutations might give rise to a certain trait. So just like what I said a while ago, they will one or twin A will have a good personality, and then twin B has a bad personality like that. Okay.
Uh,
So do you have any questions so far for me?
no.
Okay, that's good to hear. So I think we can move on now with synonym match. Okay, so you need to match the following words with their synonym. Okay?
Mm,
Okay, so let's start with number 1. Can you read number 1?
perfectly.
Okay, perfectly.
Uh, mm, in H in every respect.
In
Respect.
okay, in every respect. Okay, that one is letter D. Okay, that one is correct. How about number 2?
Number H.
H. hmm
Uh,
H. Okay. How about number 2?
analyze. Uh, analyze is um Maybe E.
Maybe E. Can you read letter E?
Examined.
Okay. So, what do you understand with the word analyzed?
Like count something or
Mhm.
calculate something.
Okay, very good. So when we say analyze, that's letter E. Very good. So when you analyze something, you examine it in detail so that you can determine the nature of it. Right?
Also, it means like count, count or calculate.
Mm, not totally. That's actually a different one.
Mm,
Okay. Yes. Yes, analyze actually has a lot of meaning. Depending, the word analyze changes its meaning depending on how you use it in a sentence. Okay. hmm
mm.
But in this one, when we say analyze, it's letter E, examine. It's more on like you are studying. I mean, it's
That
like to study something in a careful way. Yes,
okay.
like you're going to look at all the details that you need.
Mm,
Okay?
mm,
hmm
mm,
So this is what doctors do before they start a surgery. Okay?
mm.
They analyze everything first. And for
Okay.
number three,
Single. Mm, I.
I. So what's I? Can you read I?
Characteristic.
Characteristics. Okay. When we
Characteristic.
say single, that means one, right?
Mm, mm,
Uh-huh. Meaning alone.
mm.
So which one do you think is the correct answer? It's actually not letter I.
Mm, mm.
Don't worry, you can do it.
Maybe J.
Maybe J. Okay. Can you read letter J?
Parrot. Solitary.
Can you say it again? Solitary.
Oh, solitary.
Okay. Do you have any idea what the word solitary means?
Oh, no, no, no.
Your answer is actually correct. So when we
Oh,
say single, when you are single, you are alone.
mm.
Okay? There's no one else but you. So when a person or animal is solitary, they spend a lot of time alone. It's just
Oh,
them.
okay. Mm.
So let's have number 4.
Mutation. Mm, mutation. I forgot the meaning.
hmm Oh, you forgot the meaning of the word mutation. Okay. So
Mm.
when we say mutation, that is the process of changing.
Oh,
Yes.
fact.
It's
F, F.
F,
Mm.
affected. Okay. With number 4, uh-huh, it's actually not letter F. When we say mutation, we are talking about the changes, right? And F, that is actually affected. So we are not looking for the things that affects it. Mhm.
Mm. Nah, I don't know.
So, when we say mutation, that is the process of mutating, changing. When we say change, that means alteration. It's letter
Oh,
B. Yes. When you alter something, you change it. For example, my pants is too big for me. If I will alter it, I will make it smaller. So that's
Uh,
alteration.
the word alternative is adjective of alternation.
Can you say that one again, Sophia?
Alternative, the adjective.
Ah, alternate.
Uh, Alternative.
Mm-hmm. Alternative.
Alternative.
Okay. So you mean the word alternative.
Is the word that of the alternations adjective.
Mm-hmm. No.
Oh
Alternative is
no.
actually a noun. Yes. When we say
Oh,
alternative, another way.
I thought it was the adjective of it.
Mm, okay. So when we say alternative, it means another one or
Mm.
another option. Okay?
So alternation means that it doesn't mean another one.
Yes. It doesn't mean
Ah,
another one. Alteration that is changing. Okay?
ah, okay.
Mhm. So I think you were actually asking for. I thought you were asking for the word alternate a while ago. Alternate like this. Alternate like this one. Mhm.
Mm.
Yes. So alternate and alternative is not a family to alteration. Yes.
Okay,
So only alternate and alternative are family.
okay,
Okay.
okay.
Any questions so far?
No, no, no.
Okay. So let's move on now with number 5.
Susceptibility. Mm. D.
hmm Susceptibility letter
D.
D. Okay, very good. So when we say susceptibility, that means vulnerability. So
Mm.
what is vulnerability?
Uh, uh, like you are likely to be hurt.
Oh yes, very good. You are likely to be hurt. So if you are vulnerable, you are physically or you can I mean they are easily hurt physically or emotionally. So meaning they
Mm.
easily get sick, they do not have protection. Okay?
Mm. Okay.
Very good. How about number 6?
Substantial.
Mhm.
Mm. Substantial. Mm. Maybe G.
Mhm. What is letter D?
G.
G.
Considerable.
Okay, it's a letter G. Okay, why? Uh, what is the meaning of substantial?
I'm not sure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's any idea?
Hmm?
Mhm. Any idea?
Mm, mm, I guess it's like
Mm-hmm. So when we say
I don't know.
substantial, yes, we are talking about the size. I mean, when we say substantial, it means large in amount or degree. Okay?
Oh.
Mhm.
Mm.
Just like considerable, we are talking about great in amount or degree too.
Ah.
Yes,
Okay.
so they're talking about the degree. Okay? How,
Uh,
like, it's like
uh,
how big or small something is. Okay?
okay. Okay.
hmm So let's have number 7.
Sheds light on.
Mhm.
Mm. C. Helps to explain.
Okay, very good. So when you shed lights on something, you helps to explain it. Okay?
Mm.
So when you shed light on something, that means you make it easier for people to understand it. So you give more information. That's why they can easily understand. Okay?
Okay.
So how about number 7? I mean 8.
Determined.
Mhm.
Determined is maybe affected.
Affected? Oh, what
Mm-hmm.
letter is
I'm
that?
not sure. Uh, Determined is choose to do one thing.
When you were determined, you choose to do the right thing.
Mm.
So your answer is letter.
F.
Yes, I cannot hear you well. Can you say it again?
Oh, F. F.
A.
F.
H.
No, F.
F.
Affected.
F. Okay, F affected. Okay, for number 8, you said letter F affected. When you say determine, uh, just like what you said a while ago, if you are determined to do something, uh, you will make or you will have to make a firm decision to do it. So you will not let anything stop you, right?
Mm.
hmm
Mm.
So F, determined, it's for number 8, it's actually letter F. This one is correct.
Okay.
So, how about for number 9?
Upbringing. A.
Okay, so when we say upbringing, we are talking about
Your childhood.
mm-mm, not what do you call this? It's like how you were raised during childhood. Like how
Okay.
your parents or your grandparents like that took care of you. Okay?
Mm.
hmm So upbringing is the way that your parents uh, cares and treat you. And they
Mm.
actually teach you things when you are growing up. Okay? And the
Mm.
last one, number 10.
Trait.
Mhm.
I.
Okay. So,
No, I. There no I. Let me see. I.
mhm.
Eh? Where? Where? E. E.
E. Oh,
Ah,
number 2 is E.
is there E? No. F. Where?
Oh, F is number 8.
Huh?
We have
Uh,
number 9 is A, number 4 is B, and then 7 is C. We have 5 D. Yes, what is the missing one?
F. Wait. Number 4 is F, and number 8 is F2. Hmm?
Number 4 is letter B.
Um,
Yeah, B. When we say
um,
mutation, it's letter B, change.
oh,
Uh, for number 4, F is color red, meaning it's wrong. Mhm.
oh.
So, which one is the last answer?
Uh, mm, where F? I know.
You can do
G.
it.
No.
Yes.
I can find it.
You already said the answer a
Uh,
while ago.
I.
Yes, I. Very good. So, characteristics. When we are talking about the trait of we are talking about a particular characteristics or quality that someone or something has. Okay?
Okay.
Very good. Any questions so far,
No,
Sophia?
no, no.
Okay, so let's move on with number 3, phrase match. So you have to remember that sometimes more than one choice is possible. Okay? But it would be better if no. Yes. All I can say is that there is only one answer for each number. Okay? Mhm.
Okay.
So let's have number
And
1.
then Identical twins can look of each other. E.
Okay. Identical.
No,
Mhm.
perfectly alike. H.
Okay, so very good. It's letter H.
Mm.
Number 2.
They are not clones of each other. E.
Okay, wow. Doing great. Number 3.
Babies born from a single J fertilized egg.
Okay, good job. Oh, wait a second. J. Okay, very good. Correct. Number 4.
Uh, Mutations in early stage. Mm, pace. I don't know.
Okay, let's skip that one. Let's have number 5.
Suspect, susceptibility to disease. B.
Okay, number 5. B.
Mm.
Okay, so number 5, letter B, that one is correct. Okay, let's have number 6.
A substantial uh, of development, development. F.
So number 6 is letter F.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so for number 6, F is actually not the answer. Yes, this one is wrong. What do you think is the correct answer?
Number of mutations.
It's letter
A.
Okay, very good. It's A. And for number 6, I mean 7.
Asians died and the nature versus nurture debate. I.
Okay, very good. That one is right. And for number 8,
The environment, socialization, and upbringing. G.
letter G. Okay, good job. And number 9,
Medical conditions. D.
okay, very good. You were not sure, but your answer is still right. Okay, how about number 10?
The source of a given disease. Or trait. C.
Very good. So let's have number 4 again. What is the correct answer?
F. Yes.
Okay, very good. So the answer for number 4 is F. Okay, so Sophia, I want you to read these sentences with the answers, with their answers. Okay? Can you do that for me?
Identical twins can look perfectly alike. They are not clones of each other. Babies born from a single fertilized egg. Mutations in the early stage of development. Susceptibility to disease. A substantial of the a substantial number of mutations. 8. It shares on the nature versus nurture debate. The environment, socialization, and upbringing. Medical conditions. The source of a given disease or trait.
Okay, very good. Can you once more say the word susceptibility?
Susceptibility.
It's like this. Susceptibility.
Susceptibility.
Very good.
Susceptibility.
Yes, you do not say
Susceptibility.
the third S. Second S. So S,
Ah,
yes, sus, you do not say the S sound. It's silent S, susceptibility.
susceptibility.
Very good, that's it. So we are now done with phrase match. Do you have any questions?
No.
Okay, perfect. So let's have now the comprehension questions. So you are going to answer, your answer is based on the paragraph that we read before. Okay?
Okay.
Okay, so let's begin with number 1. Can you read it?
What does the article say? Identical twins are not clones of each other.
Okay, so can you try and say it using in a complete sentence?
The article says identical twins are not clones of each other.
Twins are not clones of each other. Okay, very good. That's it. Oh, it's actually caps. Okay, caps. Let me do it again. The article says identical twins are not clone of each other. Okay, very good. And for number 2,
How many identical twins did scientists look at the DNA of? The scientists looked at the DNA of 387 identical twins.
identical twins. Okay, doing good. So that one is actually correct.
Looked.
Again,
Looked. ED.
looked. Okay, looked at. Okay, the scientists looked at the DNA of 387 identical twins. Very good. Let's have number 3.
Whose DNA did scientists compared a twin's DNA to? Scientists compared the twins' DNA to their parents' DNA.
2. Can you say that one again?
Their parents' DNA.
Parents DNA. Okay, wait a second. Let me just correct this one. Parents DNA. Okay, so the scientists compare the twins' DNA to their parents' DNA. Okay, so with this one is actually correct. Let's just change compared, compared to compared, because this one is already done, right? They are already done comparing the DNA of the twins and their parents, right? So the scientists compared the twins' DNA to their parents' DNA. Okay? So let's have the next one. Number 4.
What did a scientist look for? Scientists look for mutations in the early stage of development.
Look for mutations and early
stages of development.
Early stage of development. Okay. So let's see. The scientists look for mutations in early stage of development. Just stage. This one should be stages, not only one. Okay. Okay. So let's have the next one. Number 5.
What my DNA mutations increase the susceptibility of? the DNA mutations might increase the susceptibility of disease.
The DNA mutations might increase the susceptibility of disease. Okay, so let's go back to the paragraph. Okay, so even in susceptibility to disease. Okay, very good. This one is already correct. So let's have, okay, so since we already have 5 more minutes left before the class ends, Sophia, let's continue number 6 to number 10 in our next lesson. Okay?
Okay.
I'll be asking you a question before we end. So, can you tell me or can you give me a summarize of the paragraph? What is the paragraph all about?
It's about like the experiment that they want to show the identical twins are not that identical things if there are a tiny change in a sequence of the DNA, and it will change the height or intelligence and anything else.
Okay, so that is what the paragraph is all about. So if we are going to summarize the paragraph, it's all about the twins looking less perfectly alike. Okay? Just like what the sentence here says, in the true or false, it says in here that, where is that one? Okay, this one. Number 6. The research shows DNA mutations make identical twins less identical. So if we are going to summarize the whole paragraph, this is what it is all about, right? So the DNA mutations shows that identical twins are less identical. Meaning they might look the same, they might look exactly the same, but there would still be differences for both the twins, right?
Yes.
Okay, and I actually want you to use the word, we studied this one a while ago. Where is that one? I think, this one. Mutation. Can you please, yes, use the word mutation in a sentence?
The mutations makes like the differences.
Again, the mutations
Means the differences.
Means.
Differences.
Okay, means differences.
No, I'm not making a sentence. I'm asking the meaning of mutation.
You are asking for the meaning of the word mutation.
It's like the differences in something or else.
When we say mutation, we are talking about the change. Mutation is the process of mutating or changing, right? Yes. So mutation, the process of changing.
Okay. I guess. When I don't know how to say. The butterfly.
The butterfly.
When they are young. When they are young. What is the insect mean? The English.
They are called Oh, not actually pupa. Um, it's actually worm. Wait a second. Uh, cycle of butterfly. Okay, so first they actually become egg, and then caterpillar.
Oh,
Yeah, the
caterpillar.
caterpillar.
Yes.
Yes.
Mm. The caterpillars. Uh, uh, mm, uh, the mutations in caterpillars is turning to a butterfly.
To
Is that
butterfly.
right?
Okay. So the mutations in caterpillar is turning to butterfly. Yeah, this one, I mean, the thought is actually in there. You could say the
Mm.
mutation uh, in the caterpillar is turning into a butterfly.
Mm.
Okay, very good. Thank you so much for that. Can you please read this sentence?
Mm. The mutation in the caterpillar is turning into a butterfly.
Okay, very good. So that is actually a perfect example, right? So,
Oh,
yes. So it's the life cycle of a butterfly. So from
mm.
egg to butterfly. So from caterpillar, it will turn into a beautiful butterfly, right?
Yes. Mm.
Okay, thank you so much for that, Sophia. But sad to say, time is already over. So let's continue the remaining questions for comprehension questions in our next class. Okay?
Okay.
Mhm. So that will be all for tonight, Sophia. Thank you so much for your time. Good
Thank
night, and
you.
you're
Good
welcome.
night.
Goodbye.
Bye bye.